me, you're getting a bit fed up, shall we say, with the same looking motorbikes appearing year upon year. A bit like laptops, all do the same thing, but they're all starting to look like the same thing. Well, help is now at hand with this stunning looking golden transformer-like bike. I mean, if you just want to have a bike on looks alone, look at this thing. It's absolutely stunning, and everywhere you go, you'll get what the is that? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's called a Benelli. Never heard of Benelli? Well, you should have done, because they've been around for at least 100 years, building various and weird motorcycles. And now we have the pleasure of these, shall we say these, because there's more than one, returning to South Africa. A guy called Mike Pusey is going to put his mouth where his mouth is, shall we say, and import Benelli. Now, Mike is an engineering genius, building his own skateboards and other things, aeroplanes and everything. So, Mike certainly knows a thing or two when it comes to quality engineering. And Benelli, this particular Cafe 1130, is absolutely quality engineering, to say the least.
And the engineering involves the 1131cc triple, Brembo brakes. Look at that swing arm, tubular, when did you last see that? Instruments with a power button, which takes away 30% of the power, apparently for cobbled streets and rain. Brembo wheels as well as Brembo brakes, Italian names everywhere, as it should be on Italian bike. Underslung exhaust, but this is the quiet version. We'd like a louder version in South Africa, where there's certainly a lot of barbed wire, but you won't need that to hold this bike together.
Is this just me, or does this look like Bumblebee? And it rhymes. I think it does. And also here we have real carbon fibre, folks. Real carbon fibre mudguard, not a sticky one. Italian quality. Benelli quality, should I say. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, what's a cafe racer? Well, if you don't know, basically it was from the English in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken, who took normal road bikes, stripped them down, put clip-ons and rear sets and tore about between cafes. Obviously, the most cafe of all is the Ace Cafe, based in London. So, hence, cafe racer. I haven't heard the name for a long, long time on a motorbike, so for Benelli to release a cafe racer, which will be very nice to go to your local cafe on, I'll give them a big thumbs up. But enough chattering and gibbering, folks, because it's time to get on, because I am thoroughly looking forward to trying out this big triple, because there's only one brand that makes a big triple, and obviously there might be direct comparisons. But this time, Benelli it is, folks, and I really can't wait to get down that road in front of me.
Like I just said, it is a cafe racer, which means you have to tuck down a bit, but that little screen does help, but not too much. I must say, I am so impressed that someone at Benelli has actually ridden this bike, because the suspension is fantastic, folks. Normally, Italian bikes are like riding a plank. And even though this is supposed to be a town-based bike, shall we say, it is equally at home on our country lanes. Wheelies are easily accessible. And believe it or not, even with little wind protection, this thing will see 250 kilometers an hour. And in fact, it looks like it's from a science fiction film and will suit any science fiction character. This big triple is certainly fun with a capital F, and then some.
Now, if you want to pop in and see Mike and his range of Benellis, I would pop in there at Banbury Cross. Pusey Motorcycles, build scooters as well and all other interesting things. And if you don't know where that is, it's near the Coca-Cola Dome. It's not too hard to find. But Benelli, back in South Africa, thankfully so, and I absolutely adore it. And one finishing point, folks. You may be looking at this by now and going, but that costs a lot of money, never be able to afford anything like that Italian special. You will. 125,000 rand. Now, to me, that's an absolute bargain. Get your cash out, get a Benelli. You will not be disappointed.